Queensland rents surge. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. I want to have a look at this article from realestate.com.au, originally from the Courier Mail, discussing where rents are jumping or surging here in Queensland. I don't think this will surprise anyone. We're hearing it again and again and again about just rents surging. I'm even noticing it on the little rental we're getting up the street. Of course, we're there for 6 months and they're already up the rent. I hear stories from people contacting me of just how rent is going through the roof. Inflation? Anyone? No, I'm sure it's all good. Let's have a look at this, everyone. But before we jump through this, I'll just bring up, let's have a look at the rent asking prices in Brisbane right now. Boom, look at that. Whoa, that's been, a bit of a jump there. What are we looking at there? Oh, so right now we're sitting, all houses $516. $516, guys. We're looking at three bedders, $486, and you can see that climb there. I don't know why it's showing. There we go. Boom, look at that. Look at that climb. Just this, last year, $464 September, now over $500. There you go. Affordable much? So we can see where, that's going. Let's have a look to see what they have to say here. The Queensland suburbs where rents have jumped the most in the country. A record exodus of city slickers to regional areas in the wake of the COVID pandemic has driven up rents across Queensland's sea change hotspots. So here it's kind of the sea change, or the green change, I'd imagine too. I don't blame people wanting to get away. That's the way it is. What is it? Markula on the Sunshine Coast has seen the biggest jump in rents in the country over the past 12 months, with the median cost of leasing a house rising a staggering 78% to $650 per week. Now remember, the median, that is smack bang where you're in the middle, guys. That's right. Half of the rents are below that and half of the rents are above it. That's 50%. So it means half of them are below $650, half are above it. Well, I doubt it. But, well, no, I don't doubt it. That's exactly what it is. When I say below, I don't think it's going to be very, significantly below. Don't think you're going to get a big saving like, $100 rent. So, the regional coastal areas of Elletts Hills, near Bundaberg, Sunshine Beach, Sunrise Beach, and Coolum Beach have also recorded rent increases of at least 50% in the past year. In 1 year, 50%. That is unaffordable. There's going to be people there that won't be able to absorb that increase. And this is why you're getting people going, well, I can get a mortgage with no interest right now. Rent's going through the roof. Stuff it. We'll jump. We'll take the leap. Can you blame people? Can you blame them? So, new data from realestate.com.au reveals the coronavirus pandemic has impacted the costing of rents across Australia, with rents soaring in outer suburbs and regional areas, while most traditional rental markets like inner city Melbourne and Sydney have declined. There you go. People are moving out of the units and apartments in the cities. Realestate.com.au analyst Karen Dewell said demand was significantly higher than the volume of available rental properties in regional areas on the Sunshine Coast and Gold Coast, where year-on-year rental demand had increased by 100%. This geographic shift is already affecting the volume of available rental properties in regional areas, and without a lift in rental supply, it is difficult to see how the cost of renting will not continue to rise, she said. Demand for rental properties in Brisbane also remains high, with a new report from PRD Real Estate revealing the median rent for a 3-bedroom house in the city increased by 3.8% in the 12 months to the end of March to $405. That's still not as dramatic as what we're seeing in some of the other areas. In the Sunshine Coast, 4%, come on. That's barely with inflation. The research found 2-bedroom units are now renting $410 per week on average. That's higher than Melbourne's $400 per week. Yeah, but Melbourne. We'll bring up Melbourne, guys. Melbourne here's the asking rental prices. We can see just the decline in units in Melbourne. There you go. Look at that plunge. Okay, guys. So Melbourne, it's not the poster child that they used to be. Melbourne's no longer the favorite. You can get some really good unit prices here in Melbourne. You're going back years to last time we saw those prices. So if you factor inflation in, it's even worth less. So the Brisbane suburbs that have recorded the biggest jump in rents for houses in the past 12 months are Balmoral, Manly West, and New Farm, according to realestate.com.au. PRD chief economist Daswati Mardisomo said Brisbane's vacancy rate had spectacularly declined to an extremely low 1.7%, bursting the myth of an oversupply. Is that oversupply in housing or apartments? I want to see how those investment-grade apartments in South Brisbane, how many of them are still, available. Every time I go around there doesn't seem to be much activity on any of the balconies. It's not like people are occupying them. Probably they're not allowed. The body corporate probably doesn't let you go on the balconies. No doubt we will see a different property market compared to 12 months ago, Dr. Madisamo said. Craig Morrison, director of real estate agency Town on the Sunshine Coast, said suburbs that were not previously on the radar of many buyers or renters were becoming much more popular. That's driving up rents, which is bad news for tenants but good news for investors. Mr. Morrison is marketing a 4-bedroom investment property at 10 Seawall Lane in Makula that offers both commercial and residential space. Oh, there you go. That's a good combo. Only one street back from the beach, the 3 residential units in the multi-purpose property currently bring in rental income of $1,550 a week. The commercial component is a restaurant, which is currently untenanted, but has a rent forecast of $1,200 per week, making it an appealing investment. Well, you've got to see if there's a return for restaurants in tourist areas. Maybe you could shift it to something. Maybe it could be an office. I think buyers are pushing out a bit further due to the growth in prices now, Mr. Morrison said. Some of these suburbs that weren't on everyone's radar, like Makula, are now places because Noosa is so expensive. I've never heard of it, to be honest. Mr. Morrison said interstate investors still consider the Sunshine Coast cheap compared to Sydney and Melbourne, and with rents increasing, they're getting good rental returns. It's supply and demand. Everyone's moving here, and no one's leaving, he said. People are buying sight unseen. Again, with the sight unseen, why is that happening? With the intention to invest and rent out now and maybe move in eventually or keep as a holiday house. There are just no rentals here. People are fighting for them, everyone. So there you go. Rents are just surging. What is the solution to this? The takeaway or the lesson? Let's jump on my soapbox and let's see, everyone. Well, here's the thing. We're getting... I don't know if there is a solution. I don't know if there is a takeaway. We're going to have more and more people coming up to Queensland from Sydney and Melbourne, and it's going to be more affordable. What's happened in Launceston, what's happened in Hobart, what's happening in Adelaide is going to happen here in Queensland. Now, with Perth or Western Australia shutting themselves off to the rest of the country until apparently we've completely eliminated COVID by some miracle, that may even put more pressure on people wanting to get out of the New South Wales and Victoria and come to Queensland. So it could just exacerbate it. What's the solution? Well, if you're living in one of these communities and want to try and find somewhere to live, I'd try and, if you can, lock someone in for a long term, maybe get a good deal. But I don't know how many landlords are going to do that if there's opportunities to make more money. Try and save money, guys. Cut your costs so maybe you're going to have to relocate. If you're looking to invest, maybe this is an opportunity to find some good deals, some good places that could make a good return. We'll have to see. That example there that we were shown with the potential commercial component to it, that's going to be dependent on the return of tourism. So we'll have to keep an eye on what's happening in New South Wales and what's happening in Victoria. And then if we get a hard border closure, there may be some time before that starts generating some income. But if you can weather it, well, isn't this the time? Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on that one in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can sign up for SelfWealth or Stake. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Now, the reason I'm wearing a suit today is, because someone made fun of me wearing a lumberjack shirt in front of the bookcase. So I thought, I'll try on the old penguin suit. Unfortunately, quite fortunately and fortunately, I can still fit into my necktie. That's the ultimate weight gain test right there. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.